Hey guys and gals, Malkuth1974 back at you another series, or a new series. We are playing Distant Worlds Universe. It just came out a few days ago, and we're going to start a new game here. I'm just going to go real quick through all this. What kind of game I'm playing. You guys can see it. You can look real close if you want. Try to guess what I'm doing. I'm not really changing much. I did up the home system to agreeable. I would have kept size at starting. I wonder what happens if we go to young. Now we don't want that. We'll go back to starting. Yeah, because that's what we want. Pre-warp, and normal corruption. So this is a shadow game. So you start pre-warp without any type of warp drive, and you have to deal with all the bad guys, all the pirates, and all those lovely R things. So we're going to be doing this a little bit different. Usually you play a Let's Play, you just kind of play it right through, but I'm going to kind of cut through this and get to the good parts, because in the beginning of a shadow type game, you have to, do a lot of waiting to get technologies done. But one of the first things I'm going to do here is I need to get rid of my civilian vessels, because we don't want the civilians buying anything that is going to have a negative effect on our economy. So I'm just going to get rid of, I'm going to actually make them all obsolete, for they can't actually build anything. Now this actually hurts you a little bit in the beginning, because you're not making any of the money off of building these vessels, but for now that is fine. What are they going to do? Nothing, I tell you. So we'll look at the private bases. We're not going to touch those because we can build those. State ships, yes. What I want to do is just take a look here. Orange gun. I'm trying to up my small space port, for it has a little bit more firepower to deal with these pirates that are going to be a problem in the beginning. And in the beginning of the game, you really don't have any chance against the pirates, so you pretty much have to pay them off to leave you alone. But I'm just getting ready for any possible things. This is the Explorer class, and I'm just making it a little bit faster, for it's harder to catch. And we don't have any hyperdrives or warp drives right now in this game. In the pre-warp game, we don't have any hyperdrives, so we got to kind of, make our vessels a little bit faster. And what I'm going to be looking forward to do with these Explorer ships is to actually find some ruins in my own system that's going to help me get warp bubble, where I can actually start warping around and getting places. But for now, things are a little tough, and there's a lot of fast forwarding and all that lovely stuff. So kind of a little bit later in the game, here we go, we're going to actually start doing some of what I want to do for researching, and what kind of weapons I want to do. I want to get, if you saw me, I chose photon torpedoes. We don't need shields right now, so we need to get out of the shields. That's not going to help us right at this point. Get some speed added to our vessels. What I should have done is energy collector, but I didn't. The auto decided for the transport systems. That's fine. We need to have that later. Chance, we need to up that a little bit. I'm just kind of trying to get things started off. I haven't actually played Distant Worlds in a long time, so it's a little bit. I'm trying to remember what I need to do, and I'm probably not doing the most optimal build or research build right now, but oh well. Proximity sensors can help later on with finding pirates, then we want to get to long range sensors and all that stuff. So and here we go, we got our first pirates that we have met, and they are going to, we're gonna have to pay them off. So we don't have a chance against them. If we don't pay them off, they will just keep destroying my everything I have, and I won't be able to build anything, and I'll go into bankruptcy. So it's gonna be a little bit tight trying to pay them off and keep my empire running, but we shouldn't have any problems. And in between all these builds, I'm gonna actually be, like I said, I'm gonna be kind of fast forwarding it through the game. I'm playing this in one session, And you're not going to see a lot of things. There's my spaceport. Just my small spaceport just got constructed. So that means I can actually build my explorers now. I would probably should do 2 of them. And I should have a couple constructors being built. And I also have a research center down there. I think it's an energy research center. So we'll go down here. Let me see. There it is. Exploration. We'll queue up 2 of them and just kind of fast forward. Alright, we're back, and what are we doing here? Yeah. Alright, so my research station is finally constructed. Still working on some of my construction vessels that will help us build mining stations and all that. There we go. There's our first explorer ship. Now I'm going to actually manually send this out. And I want to send them straight to... I gotta find them first here. Sometimes they're hard to find because you just can't really select them very well on the map. I'm going to take their auto mode off because I don't want them to be doing whatever they want. There we go. Got him selected. And I'm going to send him... There we go. Marina. Greena. Anyway, there's a ruin there, and we want to definitely send him there. So, actually, I just screwed up. We'll select him again. There we go. Now we got him. No. Yeah, see, I don't want to do move. I want to do explore. But, oh well. Select this other guy. We'll get him on the way. We'll get this other one. There's 2 ruins in this map, or in this system. And the other one's right over here. Get a little bit closer. There we go. There's actually a ship up here, too. Yeah, so we want to use Explore Planet Vista 5. And we'll change this guy back to Explore, because we want him to actually check out what's there and get the ruins before we can get pre-warp. I only have 2 of those in here, so hopefully the pre-warp's in one of those 2. It should be. Should be alright with that. Alright, I'm kind of just checking out my guys right now. See who I have. I don't have any scientists right now, which kind of sucks, but that's fine. I got a troop general. We're going to just send him right to my capital, which is Vistar 3. Everybody else is all set. Oh, actually we found a hidden sanctuary of Vistar. Oh, technology recovered. That means we have fast mining. Nice. So that was the first ruin. That was the closest one. So we still have 1 more to find, and that one most likely will be the warp bubble, and we'll have to switch around our research priorities to get warp bubble to come actually pretty quick, hopefully. I'm still not building any military vessels because it would be useless to have military vessels right now, because they would literally get their butts handed to them by the pirate ships. But we are working on making sure we do alright. Alright, let me see. Pause the game. Alright, we definitely need to get this guy to start exploring a little bit. Should I turn auto? I've had a really hard time with exploring when you don't have warp drive. For these guys, they don't seem to want to go to planets much. I've noticed that. I played a few games to get me reacquainted with Distant Worlds, and they don't seem to want to explore much of anything in your own system that doesn't have, you know, ruins on it or something. Maybe there's a setting I have to set or something. I don't know. There's so many automation settings to Distant Worlds that it's actually quite mind-boggling just trying to figure that out. Alright, so we got our first constructor. Alright guys, we're later back in the game, and I've actually found the other thing. This is definitely warp. Ruins of Vistar have found a store of sacred knowledge from our scientific knowledge. Yeah, this is definitely the warp field. Yeah, it says right there. Warp field precursor. So that means I can now research warp bubble. So I'm going to pause the game here, go into my research. I'm going to switch things around here. Actually, I'm going to look at what we have. I definitely want the proton ionization because I need that. So I'm going to keep that at number 1 and then go to number 3. But I don't want that at number 3, so I got to find out what I have going here. Fast mining, I need that too. But I will discontinue it for right now because we definitely want to get warp field precursors in place. That will help us defend this system against pirates when I finally decide to get these pirates off of my hit list here. And you can tell my cash flow is actually in the negative right now. That's because I am paying off pirates and they are taking all of my money. But the fact of the matter is, if that I actually try to get rid of them right now, they would instantly attack me. The game has changed enough in a universe where the trick of paying them off and then discontinuing the payments does not work anymore. They will come back and they will just beat the crap out of you. So you have, if you decide to pay them, you have to actually keep paying them. It kind of makes a rough start, but now that I have warp precursors already, I should be all set. But I do want to get my civilian ships back up to par and add warp bubble to them. But first, I'm gonna automate the upgrade of them, for I don't have to do too much. So I'm gonna use the auto upgrade on them first. Yes, I'm just making sure I'm not doing them again because I'm getting double listed here of vessels. So yeah, we haven't done this one yet. Light hauler. Let's set this to designs. There we go. This guy needs to be upgraded. No, go back. Auto upgrade. There we go. Now he's up to date. Alright. Well, I don't have the warp bubble yet, but I'm just getting them ready. So what's going to happen is I should get a massive increase in my bonus income now that the civilians can actually start building vessels. And it will probably help me a little bit with my cash flow. I still have a negative cash flow, but I should start getting a positive. Yeah, there we go. So we just had a massive influx of orders for civilian vessels. And you can see my my bonus income went up to plus 10,357. Now remember, guys, I am jumping around here. We literally are in 2101 right now, so it's already been 1 year and eight months basically since we started at the beginning of the game. So I am jumping around a little bit. There's a new empire, the Vista system, the Sinister Horde. Yes, these are pirates. So these guys are going to probably be giving me a visit pretty soon too, wanting money. See, I have to make a decision here if I want to actually do the smuggling mission, and I decide not to at that point. And also, my advisors want me to build escorts, frigates, and destroyers, and I don't really want to do that yet because I still don't have the stuff that I want, because I'll just have to update it anyway. I really want to wait until I get energy torpedoes research before I start actually putting anything into military vessels. There's nothing I can do with them right now anyway, so it would be, pretty much a flawless type of thing that I couldn't do. Let's see. Yeah. I'm going to change my tax rate here to down because I want to actually up my my home planet. I want to get my population up. So the best way to get your population up in your home planet is to drop taxes down. So it'll jump your happiness rating up to like 23 or 24 from what it was. I think it was around 4% or so. And I'm going to pay attention to my money right now. Right now I have a positive 19,000, and I don't want that to get too low, or I'll have a negative money, which means I can't do any upgrades or buy any ships or anything like that. So it's kind of a seesaw battle here, and these guys have just came in. That's an explorer ship, so I'm not too worried about it, but he is getting into near, and my base should start opening up on him, but he's only explorer, so he's not going to cause too many issues. My small spaceport definitely needs to be upgraded pretty soon here to the medium spaceport. Actually, I probably should already have done that. Yeah. Alright, here. Let's take a look at Update ships. My defensive base. I want to start making some defensive bases, but I need to upgrade this first. And auto upgrade it first, just to get all the cool stuff first. That's a little trick you can do, to upgrade everything to the newer stuff. And then you go into the manual upgrade and decide what you're going to add. And I really don't want all those pulse blasters in there, because they're, number one, they're useless, and number two, they're really close range weapons. And if a pirate ship gets anywhere close to a defense base, those blasters are only going to get one shot off and won't even hurt them anyway. So I want to start installing more seeker missiles or missile weapons or whatever I can to actually nullify their advantage. I need a range advantage over them more than a power, like power advantage over them, because I don't have it. I don't have the weapons power over the pirates right now. So I need to hit them as quick as I can when I make these bases, or they're just going to be useless. The pirates will just destroy them without hesitation. Alright, so I'm going to install one right here. Now this is going to hit me for a little bit. They're not too expensive, this one's under 5,000 credits, so it's not too bad, and we're going to just, give it a little go here. And as the game takes off, I'm really not going to have to jump around too much anymore, because it's everything seems to be moving good. And I'm going to be upgrading this to a medium spaceport, so I definitely want to get my spaceport updated and get rid of the pulse blasters, which really are useless weapons. It's like shooting somebody with spaceships with machine guns. It's not gonna fly. So I'm gonna switch it out with long range gun, which is an interesting situation because it basically has a longer range than even the the Mason blasters that you'll get next with an upgraded lasers or upgraded energy weapons, and they have a longer range, so they're perfect for space bases and stuff like that right at the start until you get more powerful weapons. So my money dropped down to 9,000, so I'm going to up my tax rate again here. If you can see what my growth is right now, my growth was at 24%, but once you up your tax rate again, it'll drop down to like 4%. Again, that's just to get my population up, and I start getting more monies from the population. It actually helps with your cash flow a little bit, even though my cash flow is in the negative. But remember what I did in the beginning, I stopped the civilian vessels from actually being purchased. And then, once I got the upgrades I wanted and needed, I allowed the civilians to start building their vessels, which in turn actually made me get a massive influx of bonus income from all the ships that they're building. And I definitely need to upgrade my spaceport, my small spaceport, to a big one. So I'm going to be doing that here in a little bit. Oh! So, yeah, I still have no real recourse with these guys, so I'm gonna have to pay them still protection, because right now I've been spending all this time, a year or so to build everything up. And if they attack me right now, they can easily destroy that small spaceport. The small spaceports aren't really powerful anyway, and I definitely want my defensive base up before I start challenging any kind of pirates. And I have my my shipyard constructors. You can see my ship. It's kind of slugging along down there. It's moving along to go build, I think it's going to build a mining base on a moon. It's kind of funny, I've noticed it in this game that the planets get really close to each other. So I got Vistar 4 right there, and my homeworld is Vistar 3. So that's like a totally separate planet, and we're like totally becoming one orbit here. It's kind of weird. Playing Kerbal Space Program and seeing something like this happens, that would be like catastrophic to a planet. But hey, we're not going to do that. So my first mining base is up, so that is excelente. Excelente. We're getting on to what? Almost 20 minutes here, so we'll keep this going. We'll keep this all going. We'll see what this is all about here. You know what? At this point in the game, you're struggling so much to keep supplies, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have to approve this, because now I'm starting to build stuff, and I'm gonna need to pay, even though I'm gonna pay a little bit extra, that's the price I have to pay to get myself ahead in this game a little bit. So let's see what I can set this guy to. We'll just set him to auto explore this system and see how that goes. I don't want to individual. There's no more stuff in here that they can get to anyway, other than finding resources and stuff like that. Let's see. There's not much more to do. I need to wait for stuff to build, and I need to wait for obviously my warp bubble to come available. And I think things will be golden then. But until that happens, we're not gonna know what to do. Let's see. Yeah, that defensive base is actually gonna be built in a little bit here. Yeah, so you know, you guys, I highly recommend Distant Worlds. It's a little complicated at first, but I love this game. I find it one of the better space strategy games that I've ever played before, because you just can do so much with it. It actually feels like you're running an empire. It gets a little quirky, especially when you're fighting battles and stuff like that. If you're not used, you know, you're used to games where things are more defined, you know, like you have a little bit more control of it. But, you know, when you get into wars, things can get quite chaotic, and you're chasing around enemy fleets and stuff like that. But there's little tricks and stuff to beating that kind of system. The name of the game in Distant World is Surprise and Blitz types attacks. You want to take out your enemy within a couple of turns, because war exhaustion, there is war exhaustion in Distant Worlds. And I am playing a Republic, if you guys saw the beginning there, so my war exhaustion is a little bit less. I think it's 10%, but if I was playing a Democracy, it would be like 20%. So I have a little bit more leeway with it, but it does affect, you know, Republics and Democracy type empires and stuff like that. And this episode is coming to an end, guys. I appreciate you watching. Hey, help me along a little bit, you know, like, comment, all that stuff really helps out. The page helps me out, and I really appreciate it. So until the next time, guys, for episode 2, it's Malkuth 1974. See you later. Malkuth out.